Greetings viewers, welcome to Black Metal and Brews Goes to Beer Camp. Today marks the 12th and final installment of this series, and I'd like to think that I've got quite the video planned, although to say it's planned is hardly the case. As always, I've got a nice couple of selections for you. Tonight we will be closing out the pack with a beer that I intentionally kept for last, Yvan the Great, collaboration with Russian River Brewing Company, who, as you know, I'm quite fond of, given that they are my hometown brewery from back in Santa Rosa, California. It's a Belgian-style pale, or blonde. Although knowing the breweries involved, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of hops involved. The final tape, which we're going to discuss probably at greater length than we need to, Vestal Virgin, Answer the Call. It is one of the more recent tapes from Colloquial Sound Recordings, part of the last batch that featured the previously viewed, hopefully you watched them, Field of Spears, Ornamental Headpiece, as well as the Oblidi Dvorovit, as well as a couple I didn't feature, new tapes from Secret Creation, which I can't recommend highly enough, and Deathless Maranatha. So in with that batch was this guy, and it's quite a ride, which we're going to embark on shortly. Only 33 copies of this cassette were made. Usually I do my research beforehand. Today, I'll admit, I don't know if there are copies of this available. There might be. If there are, as always, I think you should get it. To me, this group in a lot of ways exemplifies what makes the label so fantastic. In fitting with the color scheme idea, this group is either clear, neutral, or white. I'm not entirely sure. I like to think of it as just clear, or absence of color. It's a musical blank slate, a place of reflection and meditation. This beer, in a lot of ways, kind of resembles the blank slate that I once had towards beer, as these were two of the first breweries I ever sampled, delving into the world of drinking things that were cut above the rest. So hopefully this treats me well. Let you get a look at that. Really, really nice, beautiful, beautiful body there. It's really slightly hazy. Nice, thick head. Let's see. It smells wonderful. Nice. Definitely got the right yeast going on in there. Wow. Slightly fruity, slightly sweet, kind of typical like saison sort of head there, or scent coming from the head. It'll be really interesting to see where this takes us. In a lot of ways, this project, Vestal Version, is kind of the, I have so many things I'd say, I love this so much. I don't have a favorite artist on Colloquial Sound Recordings, because they are distinctive. Even the ones that strongly resemble another, they each have their own mark. The dents, this is about as personal and internal as I feel it gets. Their prior release was a double cassette set, which I have. I almost went with that, but decided this one would be more relevant tonight. That was, I believe it was called the Four Meditations, for something. I think it was Meditations, and it really is just, it's music to just sit in silence and listen. I'm talking over it, as is the nature of these videos, but I urge you to listen just in silence and thoughtfulness and just really absorb it, because it deserves that, and you deserve the experience. It's an 11-minute cassette, so there's really no excuse. Just enjoy it. And speaking of enjoyment, let's see if this yields any. I think it will. So we've got just that big, sweet, in the good way, grassy sort of note. Kind of light tingle of spice there. Probably also pairing with a little bit of the carbonation, which is really just, it's nice. This is a refreshing summer afternoon or evening for me drink. Instantly, I'm transported to a field somewhere. Maybe a porch. My uncle has a property I used to go as a kid. He had a little creek there and fields that we'd run in, and I feel like I'm there, while the family's barbecuing, and I'm just outside relaxing with a nice drink. So, really, really interesting. There is a little bit of the kind of bitterness of hops that I would expect, but not nearly as much as I had expected. It's almost just a little kick in the aftertaste, more than it is a real dominant experience. Overall, this is more than anything just kind of a nice farmhouse style beer. Very well done. I'm not sure if it's gonna, dethrone the Europeans, and I'm not sure it needs to. This is just really nice. It's pleasant. I could really relax with this. I could lose myself in this. Similarly, this music is music that one can get lost in. As you can hear, the first side of the cassette is making its way to its end. I'm going to take a minute now to just say some thanks and acknowledgments. While Black Metal and Brews as a series is far from over, the Beer Camp series is. And I just wanted to take a minute to thank a few people who've really been important in this. First off, of course, I want to thank Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, who had no involvement in this, but they made the box. I bought the box, and maybe someone from that brewery is seeing these and thinking, wow, can't believe this guy's wasting our time. But jokes aside, thank you guys for putting this together. It's been a fun experience, as well as all the breweries that you collaborated with. Really exciting, fun idea. I'd like to see even more folks do this. Maybe next year there'll be another one, maybe 24 beers or something. Just, who knows? Go wild. Also worth mentioning, of course, is Damien at Colloquial Sound, who has been truly supportive and patient with me. I know that craft beer is far from his thing, but he's been very patient and understanding and helpful while I've been putting this series together. And that means a lot to me, knowing that an artist whose work I create, or whose work has inspired me, appreciates what I'm creating, inspired by it. Additional thanks need to go to Bruce Fraser, not sure how you pronounce it, buddy, the Bruce on Twitter, for being the first person to suggest that I do beer review videos. It was a silly idea at first, and it instantly planted the seed. I owe you a lot. Hopefully one day we'll get together and share a drink. pairing along with that is Seth Werkheiser, who, aside from being just a great dude, you've been a tremendous inspiration, and you tagged along with Bruce in suggesting that I do this. Here we are, 12 videos of beer camp. I believe this is the 18th video I've done in total in just a few short months. So thank you, all of you, for all the support and help. And thank you to everybody that takes the time to view these. I know that you probably have other things you could be doing with your time. The fact that you're taking a minute to sit with me, hear my opinion, and hopefully learn with me, from me, or maybe even teach me something at some points, it means a lot to me. In closing, just, beer camp has been a blast. I know that the beer camp box is still available here in Portland, Oregon. I hope it's available where you are, because even if you don't love every beer in it, it's a really exciting and affordable way to sample a lot of different breweries. Similarly, if you've got a few extra bucks and aren't sure what to do with new music, the Colloquial Sound store has fantastic distro from Preposterous Creations in Europe, as well as their own tapes that are still, many of which are still in stock. And I can assure you, I've always been treated with the best of care. Once my tapes were lost in the mail, and I got a replacement package as soon as he knew from the post office. So I cannot speak highly enough, especially in a community where mail fraud often occurs. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be taking probably a week off filming videos because, truth be told, this has been a lot of work. I really appreciate it all, and I will see you soon. Cheers.